The blockade blocking the entrance to Winnipeg's Brady Road landfill is expected to come down today, but not by the hands of the protesters. You can see the blockade here, flanked by teepees, red dresses, and a more than 22-meter-long wigwam. The blockade went up earlier this month after the Manitoba government said it would not support searching another local landfill for the remains of two First Nations women. Albert Delatala leads off our coverage this morning. Good morning, Albert. What more do we know about the move to dismantle this blockade?
Good morning, Juanita. Well, as you say, sometime today, protesters expect the city to act on its injunction order and remove the barricade at the entrance of the Brady Road landfill. That's where they were all weekend, despite an injunction issued last week that required the protesters to stop blocking the main road into the city-owned site by Friday night. You can see some of the visuals there from yesterday. It comes about a week and a half after they set up in front of the landfill north of Winnipeg, following the Manitoba government's announcement it would not support a search of the privately owned Prairie Green landfill. That's where the remains of Morgan Harris and Mercedes Myron are believed to be. Police say the Indigenous women were homicide victims and think they were taken there last year. A protest camp known as Camp Morgan has actually been stationed near the landfill since December. Its leader, Joseph Monroe, told CBC News that when the barricade comes down, he doesn't see it as a loss, but instead as proof that their voices are being heard.
Greater Manitoba is listening and is standing up and saying no to what Heather Stephenson has said, that we should be searching the landfills. It's not just Manitoba. If we look across the country, everybody is in support of what is happening here and dislikes the fact that the city has come against what we are doing here.
The injunction was initially adjourned last week, with the judge hoping protesters and the city would negotiate. Monroe, who we heard from there, he said they didn't plan to keep the blockade up this long, but he said the province's decision not to fund the search and the city's injunction was an offense to the camp and gave them little choice.
Okay, so what happens next, Albert?
Sure, so the exact timing of when the city will act on taking down the barricade is unclear. The camp leader there, Joseph Monroe, he said it would happen this morning sometime. We're told when the barricade is removed, not everything will go. They plan to leave the teepees and a large wigwam structure next to the road. We have some pictures of it as well. So the wigwam, it stands 22 meters long and nearly 6.5 meters wide. It and the teepees will serve as a memorial to the cause and what the area means to the protesters. They plan to build another camp now as well outside of the Canadian Museum of Human Rights in downtown Winnipeg. We're told they plan to go there today to set up more structures there. And meantime, there has been an ongoing war of words between the federal government and provincial officials in relation to the search, with some protesters holding out hope that the federal government could act. Juanita.
All right, lots to watch out for. Thank you so much,
Indeed.
Albert.
Of course.